We're going to get started in just a moment. We're so glad to have everybody here. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday afternoon. My name is Mara DeCola. I am the Executive Director for Cooperating Raleigh Colleges, the consortium here in the city of Raleigh connecting our 6 institutions: Meredith College, North Carolina State University, St. Augustine's University, Shaw University, Wake Technical Community College, and William Peace University, all together. We collectively have 219,000 employees and approximately 110,000 students who are a part of our consortium. And so today we're bringing you all together for an afternoon of fun and professional development. So we are excited to have you with the CRC Virtual Vision Board Boot Camp. Today's event will allow you the opportunity to get hands-on experience developing a vision board, specifically a virtual vision board that you can use on your computer, and setting goals for whatever the time frame you hope it to be. We think that this was a really ideal time to look at 2024, and also to collaborate on a vision board that we can all work on together, thinking about what CRC should look like in the next year. We are joined today by 2 committee members of the CRC Professional Development Committee who have asked to present on this topic because they found it so fun. And so today you'll be hearing from Sayeda Quadri, who is the Library Information Specialist at St. Augustine's University. She is currently enrolled in a Master's of Library Science program with a concentration in digital librarianship at North Carolina Central University. We also have Kevin Collins Nelson, who is a graduate of Shaw University, had spent some time in San Diego, California, is back here at St. Augustine's University, and has a passion for interdisciplinary studies and project-based learning environments, which how fitting that he is presenting on this topic. And so I am going to turn it over to Sayeda, who is going to kick us off.
Am I still muted? Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the CRC Virtual Vision Board Bootcamp, which is going to be presented by myself and Kevin Collins Nelson. We hope this is a laid back and fun way for everyone to unwind before the start of the new year. So in this presentation, we will be covering what is a vision board. We will also discuss how a vision board can be helpful in goal setting as you're thinking about your goals personally and professionally for the new year. And we will also discuss steps to creating a vision board. So to start off, as we discuss what a vision board is, it's the way to define it, I guess, would be as a collage of images, pictures, and quotes that are selectively displayed to represent a person's goals and aspirations. Vision boards serve a similar purpose to journaling, but there's a greater emphasis on the visual presentation, whereas with journaling, people tend to just mostly write down their goals and aspirations. And the objective of a vision board is to inspire and motivate people to reach their goals. It's kind of a visual reminder of what they would like to do in their future as they evaluate themselves and where they are in the present moment. So as we look at the different steps to creating a vision board, it's actually a pretty simple process. Some of you may have done it in person. So the virtual vision board is kind of a similar process to the in-person vision board. The first step would be to set your goals and reflect on how you envision the future. You can do this by thinking about where you currently stand and where you would like to see yourself in the future. And it might be helpful to jot down some of those ideas on a piece of paper or just to brainstorm them in your head. The second step would be to add images and text to motivate you to your look, so that when you look back at your vision board, the images and text that you selectively chose to add to the vision board will be a motivating factor and will inspire you. The third step can be optional, but if you would like to, you can organize your vision board in a layout that's effective in motivating you. Some people prefer to have a more organized vision board where they can see each of their goals based on different categories like finance or work or personal goals, but other people might just prefer to have it not be so organized and neat. So it just depends on the person. This is an example of a vision board that was created by one of the students at St. Augustine's University. She actually did this on a poster board because this was a in-person one, which is different from the virtual workshop boot camp that we're having today, but it's kind of the same concept. As you can see, some of her goals involve her health and cooking and family time. So this was done on a poster board. And here's another example of another student's work here at St. Aug. He also did his on a poster board. There's a lot of emphasis on sports and discovery on his vision board. So it can vary from person to person. And now I have a short video to summarize some of what I discussed today. There's an ad playing.
A vision board is a powerful tool that helps you achieve your goals and make your dreams come true. But what exactly is a vision board? It is a collection of images that represent the things you want in your life, material and spiritual. By creating a vision board, you organize and visualize your dreams, and by using it, you keep your goals in mind all the time, focus on them, and more likely to achieve them. How does it work? The vision board contains images that mean something to you, fill you with good feelings, and drive you to take action. It generates those kind of feelings that motivate you. Creating a vision board is very simple, and there are many ways to do it. First, you need to make a list of all the things you want. What kind of person you want to be? More confident? More loving? Happier? What do you want to do? Be a doctor? A singer? Have your own business? What kind of feelings you want to have? Love? Happiness? Peace? What type of people you want in your life? Supportive friends? People you can laugh with, enjoy with? What kind of person is your ideal partner? How is your relationship going to be? Where do you want to live? In a city, a village? Do you want to have a penthouse, a house with a garden? What material things do you want? Get a new phone, a car, maybe a popcorn machine or a pirate ship? Add more things as you like, but make sure that they are as detailed and specific as possible. Don't just write motorbike, write also which type, what color. When you're being specific, you get a clear picture of what you want exactly. The second step is collecting pictures that represent the things you've written. You can cut pictures from magazines, download pictures from the internet, or even use your own photos. I recommend to add also pictures of your hobbies, photos of your family and friends, and photos in which you're happy and smiling. It will make your brain associate the things you want with the things you already have and generate good feelings. After you've got all the pictures, it's time to organize them. Get a large corkboard and pin the pictures to it. If you have too many pictures to fit the board, put them in collages. Each collage will contain pictures of the same category. You don't have to be a graphic designer. There are many collage makers online which are simple to use. You can also add motivational and inspirational quotes or sentences that describe what you want, then place it next to the relevant pictures. It's also possible to make a wish book. Buy an empty book or a notebook and design each page with a different subject. A vision board is more effective because it's more visible, so I'd recommend to make a wish book in addition, not instead. Now that your vision board or wish book is made, you're ready to use it. Hang the board on a visible spot where you can see it every day. Look at it through the day and take a few moments to think about these things you want. I recommend to do it when you wake up, so it will give you energy and keep you focused, and right before you go to sleep, so it will be planted in your conscious and subconscious. You can hang notes at different visible spots like on the mirror or on the fridge. You can also save pictures to your phone and set them as background or cover pictures, and even as your computer wallpaper. This way, you will see your goals and make sure to keep them in mind. A vision board can help a lot, but it's not enough. You must take actions to create the reality you want to live. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Today's presentation is a little bit different because it's virtual. It's a virtual vision board bootcamp. We're going to be using the Mural platform to create our vision boards. And I'll turn it over to Kevin Collins Nelson for the next part of the presentation.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to switch it over here to my presentation. It's a very short one. It's just showing you a step-by-step on how to unmute to speak. Testing. Can everybody hear me? Yes, no?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I guess it was on mute. Thought I took it off mute. But okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Collins Nelson. Again, I'm a project manager here at St. Augustine's University. And vision boards are really great, especially for people like me because of the fact that I'm a visual learner. And so working in project-based environments has always been somewhere that I've thrived. And it's always been I guess you could say a talent of mine is that when I see things, I'm able to almost make it manifest exactly as I see it. So having a vision board really helps me get there. So let me go ahead and share my screen. There is. Okay, I'm not tech savvy on using Zoom, so give me 1 second while I get the right button. There we go. Here we go. Did I share the right? Oh no, I shared the wrong screen. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, is it showing a presentation that says here's a step-by-step guide for collaborating?
Yes.
Okay, so this here is our community vision board that we worked on for you guys, especially for the CRC. So if you haven't already accessed the vision board, we're going to go through a brief step-by-step process for getting into it. So step one, you would have received, once registering, you would have got a link for you to access the board. Once you went from your email, you would have registered here. And then after the registration process, it would take you through a step-by-step process on how to use the vision board if you hadn't already skipped through it. And then it'll open you up to the vision board that we've created. The vision boards independently look like these squares you see here, and those each will be your vision boards as a participant. So feel free to take up a space where you see an empty gap and start working away.
Kevin, I'm going to have you pause for just a second. I dropped the link in case anyone who is on the call did not receive my email or did not have the opportunity to register for Mural. The link to be able to access where Kevin is in the collaborative board is now in the chat. And so, Kevin, if you just want to give everybody a moment, or if folks can maybe give a thumbs up when you have made it into the Mural site, that may be helpful before you move forward.
Cool. Thank you. I didn't even think about that.
seen several thumbs up. We'll just give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes to just let some other folks make sure that they're in. So throw your thumbs up in there once you are good to go. And we'll continue on in about a minute. All right, I think I've seen almost everybody put a thumbs up. So Kevin, if you want to keep going, if anyone is having technical difficulties, feel free to chat me and can help you in the background.
Word. So, with the vision boards are all vision board templates that are already created through um, this mural program. So therefore, if you guys want to use this or recreate this with your own students or in your own academic community, you guys will be able to do so very easily by just simply accessing the templates tab and then typing in vision board and it'll pop up. So after that, we do have our large collaborative board, which you'll see. It used to look like this, but I modified it to look a little more entertaining to the eye. So we'll get into that on the actual board and we'll slide over to that. Now, as far as examples for how to like find motivation for your vision board, an example that I took from, and we're not going to read through this entire thing, is Kwanzaa. At the end of the year, the last 7 days of the year is a holiday that we celebrate in the African American community called Kwanzaa. And so you spend those last 7 days, well, it's 6 days in the first day of the new year, but you basically spend 1 week practicing good skills and behaviors that contribute towards a positive lifestyle, and you try to carry those into the new year. So it's kind of like setting a New Year's resolution, but kind of like getting into the process of activating it, not just saying on January 1st, I'm going to be a better person, but saying, I want to be a better person by doing these things. And then here are 7 steps towards making sure that I can achieve that. Whether it's through the first one, it says Umoja, which is unity, that's talking about working together as a community and things like that. Kuji Shakalia is self determination, that's reflecting on your own skills and things that you want to do better within yourself. Collective works, that's going out into the community, actually volunteering and like helping people around you. Ujama is cooperative economics, that's spending money within your local area, whether it's going to a mom and pop shop or just buying something from your cousin who has a business that they may have open. Nia, but the point is, these principles are things that help you move towards being a better person, not only for yourself, but also for your community. And using a vision board helps me every year plan out how I want to do some of those activities going into that holiday season. So we'll jump into adding content. And then, of course, as far as saving, we do want to make sure that you guys get a copy of your vision board. So we're going to make sure that we get those saved and then screenshotted and sent out to you guys in email. So if you guys haven't already saved it yourself, you'll get a copy of it yourself that you'll be able to blow up and you can place in your office or wherever have you that'll help you visualize it going into the new year. And then if you have any issues, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm not exactly a pro at using this program, but I've been using it long enough that I can answer most questions. And then, of course, after you're done, just simply log out, and then we'll tap in on another day for another activity. So now I will slide over into the vision board itself. I think I hit screen share again. Oh, no, I guess because I'm already on this, all I have to do is tap over here.
Hey, Kevin, let me ask a quick question because
Yes,
I'm having a couple folks ask. Everyone should be able to edit this. Some have been invited as a visitor, but
okay,
everyone should be a collaborator, correct?
yeah.
Okay, great. We'll work on that on the back end.
Give me one moment. Should be able to do it right here. Let's see. Owner. Can edit. So it looks like everybody on this list.
Let me go ahead and Kevin, I'm gonna let you contribute. I can take everyone who's on here and add it to the back end for you while you.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So okay. Once it loads back up, we'll jump back onto the vision board. Sorry about our internet running slow. They're doing some work here on campus with our cabling. So one of the cool things about the community vision board being digital while it's loading is that it acts as a number one-stop shop for finding images. You're online, so you don't have to worry about cutting out things and having limited magazine covers for you to find the images you'd like. You'd be able to find as many as you like to place on your vision board. Another cool thing about it is the fact that we're not using paper, and therefore we are being future conscious of our environment. So without further ado, now we'll dive into the board. So this is our vision board. Our community vision board is going to be what's in the middle, and then your individual vision boards are what you're going to see here on these sides here. So first off, I want to give a shout out again to the CRC for hosting this and allowing us to collaborate together. I feel that building this community amongst us is really essential to us sustaining academic community across all of Raleigh-Durham. Um, so the larger portions you see here, like emotional, social, intellectual, community, and career, these are going to be our community categories. So you'll just simply double click and then you'll add a sticky. Because this is large, it's going to look larger, but if you zoom in, you could add a sticky note to, or add a sticky note to it. Where is it? No, I did that wrong. There we go. So you'll answer the prompt. Please zoom out. And this prompt says, one word that describes your feeling about the upcoming semester. Excited. And I'm going to drop that right there. And so you'll contribute your stickies right there to those sections. So it says here, double click for the sticky response, and then how to respond. You'll just put your response, your initial, and your school, just so we can see who's contributing, because sometimes people may use the same sticky. So we just want to know who's placing what, so we may be able to like respond if there's a specific hope you may have. Maybe it might be for something dealing with a program that you want to have, and maybe we'll see that and say, hey, I've hosted a program like that before. I can help you out with how to do that program on campus. And then from there, we'll go into the smaller boards. So smaller boards, like I said, everybody will pick a smaller board. And what you can do is you can take a topic and you'll place it here. And after answering the reflections over here, you'll just simply place your images around the topic of your choosing or topics of your choosing. And then you'll be able to save it afterwards. I think I've explained everything I could explain. Are there any questions before we dive into it?
Please feel free to use the chat and I can relay questions to Kevin and Saida, or feel free to unmute and ask away. Everyone should have access now as a collaborator. If you still do not, you can privately chat me and I can take a look at that for you. Kevin, to recap, in the mural boards, everyone should have access to the collaborative board for CRC. We would love to see you add post-it notes or images, pictures, gifts, whatever you want to add about how you hope CRC can benefit you as a member in 2024. But then each of you can select your own vision board from this collaborative piece and start working on vision boards that impact you directly.
Thank you. So without further ado, if we don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and or did I miss the questions?
The CRC vision board, scroll down or across. Is it the first vision board in the mural, Kevin?
Also, it's the giant vision board in the dead center of the board when you zoom out, like the one with the large letters and all the logos. So you'll place anything for community topics. You'll place those in the colorful boxes you see for emotional, social, community, intellectual, and career.
Can you share your screen, Kevin, and show everyone how you're doing that on your screen?
Yep.
As you're pulling that up, Kevin, a question: if we wanted to create our own vision board, what template do you recommend?
And so, I mean, they have a lot of different templates. That's what I love about Murals, that it has a lot of different templates. So you'll simply go to the Add Template tab and then type in and it brings up different versions of vision boards that you can use. I found this one to be the easiest, but there are others that you could definitely try out. So these ones are for those that like to be a little more organized about it. Hope it's not adding. Oh, well, it's about to add it. Here's another one for vision board exercise. And this one's a timed one. So I would recommend the first one that I've shown, but this one I guess would be interesting to try if you want to try like working your brain out by seeing how quickly you can answer these questions. But let me get rid of that just so it doesn't take up so much space. Delete. Sorry, try to get rid of that extra one there. But yeah, so sorry. Rolling back in. So the questions will be in the smaller, colorful squares, and then we'll place our answers in the larger squares in the center of the board. So it'll look like excited, then KC for my initials, SAU for my school. Then maybe another one would be a new skill I would like to learn. See, someone's doing it now, learn about another religion. Yes, I think that is really important nowadays because the fact that we're in an era of information and education where we can share like our views as well as like things about our culture and stuff like that to help people bridge that gap. Because as we become a larger, greater global community, we do have to learn about the things, not just like, oh, well, where are you from? But actually, like, what kind of shape, what shaped you, whether it was religion or the environment that you were in. So that's a really good one. Another one is to have a healthy work-life balance. I will. And something that I've recently discovered that I like is going to the different parks. So now I like to just take walks to different parks. That new Cary Park, if you guys have not gone to the new Cary Park, that is so cool. Definitely recommend. 10 out of 10. Great weathers during the day or during the night. And if I'm not mistaken, they're doing some type of like light show or something like that over there right now. So definitely check that out. And then if you haven't already gone to the what is it, the Chinese Lunar Festival that's going on as well in Cary. So those are some nighttime activities that you can do as a whole family or as a cute date idea. So however you want to pick it, get outside, breathe some beautiful North Carolina air. But so yeah, so here my answer would be to go to parks more. So get out the house and go to the park. Gonna be and KC from SAU. One moment, everyone. It's all good.
You can continue to add some things to the CRC vision board. You can also work on individual vision boards using Mural. We will use this to look at programming that we will offer in the next year. So the CRC vision board, like for example, Kevin adding that he hopes to get outside more, that may influence some of our events in the spring with the weather and where we can host them. But we'd love to know how you'd like to engage with your community more, and how CRC can support that, how we can provide additional professional development experiences. So this is a fun way for us to work on this board collaboratively. Kevin, do you maybe want to give, while folks are working on the CRC board and maybe taking a look at their individual boards, do you want to give maybe some further demonstration of an individual vision board and how some of the functions work within Mural?
Yeah. So let me slide up here to the corner I was working at before. So if we're looking at the independent boards, we'll first start over here in our reflection section. And so we have some quick topics that you can go off of. You're allowed to change them yourself if you'd like. But so how do I identify myself? I would say I'm an innovator. I would call myself a rogue. And I say rogue, and it sounds like a bad thing because, when you think about rogue, it's a rebel or somebody going against the grain. I feel like there's always a way to change things. I feel like even when we think things are running as smoothly as they can, there's always a way to make it even smoother. And sometimes people think that because it's running as well as it is, that there's no reason to improve. And that's not always the case. And so while I could have good intentions coming in and saying, hey, I think there's something we could change, I see how it could ruffle people's feather and say, hey, well, you're coming in and trying to, do this and undermine. It's not that I'm undermining, it's just the fact that I see that we can always improve. So I would call myself a rogue because I'm always looking for a way to do something else. Going down to what I stand for, I'm really big on education. So something you're going to find about me is that I'm really big on educating youth. I firmly believe that as adults, we're very set in our ways, but youth have always had the opportunity to grow and change. And so because of that, I feel that us educating the youth is something that I really want to be focused on. So as I feel these things out, they start to make me think about what I want to do even more in the future that might align with these things. So then we'll go into what makes me feel fulfilled. And see, so, and happy. So that one got a little bit smaller so you can see it. But my answer would be creating art.
And one of the things that Mural can do, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, is as you fill this out and you're coming up with, you're brainstorming or reflecting on what you hope the next year looks like, who you are and where you hope to see your future. You can also go in and add personal images, right? You can upload images from your computer to add to your own vision board. You can add icons to reflect what it is that you put more visually, because then you can download these boards and display them on your computer, be able to go back and look at them throughout the year to see have you accomplished some of the goals that you set for yourself. Do you want to show some examples of some of those features?
Yep, that is a great transition. So I was about to switch over, move into a different topic, or move a topic in here. So when looking at the topics that I picked so far, how to identify myself, what do I stand for, and what makes me feel fulfilled, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at what category maybe does that fall into. They can fall into different ones, but this part really is more of an opinion type thing. So for me, I think I'm going to put that in my intellectual. And so from there, I'm going to start building around my intellectual box. And so what that will look like is, first off, because of the fact that I want to innovate, educate youth, and create art, I'm already in the position to educate youth by working here at my university. So I'm going to use an image of my school to represent my love for educating the youth. So I'm going to go into here, and where's my folder? I want to say it's, nope. Let's say it's this one where I put the essay. Yep. So I'm gonna take a personal image, And it's going to be this one actually specifically because Flight Lab is the name of the program that we're creating here at SAU that's about innovating and teaching technology to youth. So I'm going to add that image here, and I made that image myself, by the way. I'm going to add that image here because the Flight Lab is something that's going to be big for me this year coming up as far as launching our programs. But then in association to that, one of the programs that we lead is a program on how to build video games. And so I'm going to go in and add something that's going to remind me of gaming as well. And so I'll go back here to documents, and I'm going to go to the world builders because that's where we're doing it. Or no, let me see, where isn't one of these? So this is actually a map I built in the video game program. Um, Obviously, you already know what continent it's based off of. And then here was a school that I built as well. So I'm going to use the school just because it's a little more ambiguous. And I want people to ask, what is that school about? As opposed to just like, oh, he made a map of Africa. You know, but I want you to wonder, what is this all about? So I'm going to add that image of the school. Now, as far as adding images from online, as you can see, you have the option of web, Giphy, as well as the other creative outlets. So we're going to go with the web image, and we're going to say game design. And so now we're going to look for pictures that we want to use, and see right there, a picture of a man helping a young man learn how to build his game. So that's reflective of what I want to do myself. So I'm going to add that here on my vision board as well. Now with that, I can always add little notes and things like that to that. If I say, oh, well, I want this to say specifically that I'm going to run this program. So I'm going to say, teach 2 students how to build a game. So my goal is at least 2 students. I know that's a low number and we're going to strive for higher, but for right now, that's what we're going to say. And then we're going to go ahead and connect it right here to my goal. So now you know what the image is as well as what I want to do with it. And then we'll go back in here and say we want to add maybe video game character. And all these look cool. I'm gonna use this one. I like it. It's a fairy. And see what
Can
makes
you
it
give
really
another
interesting.
example of making those connections or connecting images or words?
Yes, I can. So say we go over here and then we jump into how would I describe my life's work? Um, all about health of mind and body. I'm really big into being smart and I'm really big into working out. So then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose health and fitness as my new category. Now, the thing is, we know that I talked about mind as well as I talked about body. So there's going to be maybe an activity where with my youth, I'm going to make sure that I also get them physically active during these programs. Because one of the things that we offer with our World Builders video game summer camp is we actually attach a physical fitness component to it to make sure the kids are not just sitting in front of the computer, but they're actively playing and participating in other activities and building new skills. So we'll say outdoor play. And so we know that I want the kids to play, but I also want them to be a part of this summer camp program and build their games. So I'm gonna put it maybe in this category right here, put it in the middle, and then I'm gonna take this line and just connect it here. And then I'm gonna take another line, and I'm gonna connect it here. And then I'm gonna give it a caption. Let me zoom back in. So you have the option of doing a heading, a paragraph, or a comment. The comment leaves it in a floating bubble that doesn't exactly put it on the page. It's more so for editing notes. So you'll do paragraph, and then you'll say, develop outdoor curriculum for summer program. So then I'm gonna put it here, And I'm gonna draw that line right over to here, or I mean, if you wanted to draw it over here, your choice. I find it better to attach the caption directly to the to the image itself. That way, you know what it's associated with. And the best part is, as you can see, when you move it around, it sticks with the image. So now we know that this goal here is both related to not only my health and fitness, but it's also related to intellectual growth as well. And so from there, let's see what else we can do. Let's look at another category that we can jump into. Let's see what limiting belief might be blocking. A limited belief that might be blocking me would be I have a fear that I won't have enough time to put together an effective program. So that means that I'm going to be looking at maybe doing better time management for next year. So when we look at what category is that going to go into, that would then fall into career and making sure that I'm doing what I need to balance out my career. So we're going to draw it here, and then we'll say image, time management. And then we know this is attached to a fear I have. And another cool thing you could do is also attach your stickies or your colors to represent or to reflect some section in particular. So with this one, we'll say we're doing purple for talking about obstacles. So this would be work on time management skills. Attach that to here and attach this to that. And as we know, again, this is something that's important because I'm attaching it to my summer program. So I'm going to attach it here, as well as, let's see where we get another spoke. I might need to create a new one. And so the way I did that was I clicked on shapes and connectors, and I clicked on the lines, and then I attached my images to each other to create another um, link between different categories. So you could see how my goal for completing this summer camp will hit on three major categories in my life: my intellectual development, my health and fitness, as well as my career. So that's how you can also connect those things to each other. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing so far. Do we have any questions so far? Sorry, I'm also really nervous, so thank you guys for working with me on this.
You're doing great, Kevin. If there are questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or unmute and ask Kevin and Saida. Kevin, maybe we can go back and take a look at our collaborative board now that folks have had a few moments to work on adding some things there, or as they're working on their own boards. Could we see if we had anything new added to the CRC board?
Yep, it's the one word that describes your feelings about the upcoming semester. We have from Meredith College, optimistic. Word. I'm feeling optimistic about this year too. That's why I'm so excited. And then let's see what we have over in our social section. So to connect better with the campus, I will. From Meredith, we have volunteer my time with different events on campus. Man, it is definitely essential for us to get our faces out there and connect with students and faculty and staff. Like, if we're one of those people that's like, I'm efficient and I get my job done, that's great. But it really helps build community when you're out there and putting your face in front of people. So I definitely recommend to everybody else also get involved with an event, whether it's like running the ticket booth or just showing up to one student event a month or something. Just anything that gets you out there, because when students see you, they build trust with you, and that trust goes a long way, especially in trying times. So I definitely recommend getting out there, joining some events or two, and even contributing some of your talents that you have yourself to those events. So okay, attend a new event. So do you have any ideas for some new events that you would like to attend at NCSU? And I'm guessing this is Miss Christine.
And I'm hoping for those who are adding some of these events that, you know, as we're thinking about the events that CRC is hosting in the future, um, we are happy to work collaboratively with you on new events. I hope that you are all have subscribed to our newsletter. If not, I will absolutely do that so you can see some of the social and professional development events that we have coming up.
Okay, over here in community, we have I will collab on a blank with another campus. Meeting others to be able to align services and share resources, instructional material. Yes, definitely. We are a diverse community of colleges and we all have different things that we can offer. So I think us coming together is definitely a way. I mean, and sharing resources is definitely a way to strengthen the bond between schools because we show that we care about each other by noticing each other's shortcomings or seeing what they have that they do really well and saying, hey, we want to be good at that just like you. How can we be? And then being able to provide that type of tutoring or assistance. I think this is an accidental box by me, but we're going to slide past that. So, to have a healthy work life balance, we got practice yoga at WPU. Okay, yes, definitely, Miss Waddell. I definitely recommend yoga. I have arthritis. I take yoga classes to make sure I keep my joints loose and stuff like that. Actually, one of the leading specialists in America for juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, her husband is a yoga master, so he goes around America teaching people with arthritis specifically how to do yoga to help them out. So I definitely recommend yoga. Let's see. We have create an after work self care routine. I do not know how to do self care, and that is so hard when it comes to the whole like face wash or massage or like taking care. Like I do the workout stuff, so like yoga. I've tried a Pilates class. I've done what's that? What's the one where uh, CrossFit. I don't know why it wasn't coming to me, but I was like the one where it feels like I was starving myself and I was working out really hard. But like, so I do those. But as far as like loving myself softly, those are things that I definitely want to do. So I need to come up with a self care routine for after work. So if anybody has any recommendations also for what they do for self care, feel free to drop that on here. Just like, hey, I use this product specifically because it makes me smell good or feel good. I know that lavender I was taught in college is really good because it has a natural chemical for muscle relaxation. And we use that for on air broadcasting. As you can see, I'm still nervous about talking, even though I learned about on air broadcasting. But yeah, so it's something really cool that you can use. So if you guys have any tips and tricks like that, feel free to also drop those in the community section if you want to give some specific details on what someone else could do as well.
And Kevin, you were reminded that working out is self-care.
Oh, well, then I'm always told that, I'm beating myself up because I don't do the whole like go to the sauna right afterwards thing. So I was like, does that count as self care if I'm like working out the muscle and stuff? I thought that, but hey, cool. Thank you.
We have about 8 minutes left in this session for today, and so we wanted to open up the opportunity for any specific questions, whether it be about the collaborative board or it be about developing your own personal board. So if there are any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or unmute and ask us. These boards are yours. The access to Mural is yours to be able to go in and create new boards. You can use the opportunity for collaborative work here in Mural to be able to do, whether it be a vision board or a project board with your staffs, your teams. So something new, a new program to bring back to your offices.
Yep. Definitely one of the coolest collaborative tools I've ever used, and definitely something I recommend to everybody. As you can see, there's various categories that you can definitely tap into that will help you in your project journey, whether it's in the beginning or you're now in your research phase. So it's like there's a lot of really cool tools on here that you can use that also work well with. If you know how to use this tool, if you're already on a Microsoft suite, for your university, you may already have access to Microsoft Whiteboard, which works in the same exact fashion. So it's something that you can also use as a tool with students for collaborative projects that helps them see what other students are working on in that class, or if they're working as a group, they'll be able to put all their ideas all on one giant board, whether they're spitballing or they're using to actually create the presenting like board itself. So it's like it's really up to you how you use this, but this can be used in so many different fashions. There's so many different forms of it. Crazy thing is, if you have a iPhone, you actually already have it pre-installed on your phone. It's just iPhone's version of it is called Freeform. And so you can do everything you see here just using iPhone's Freeform, and then you can link it to other Apple users, and you guys can also do collaborative works from any Apple device. So thank you guys for your time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We have just a few minutes left. If there are any questions, if you'd like to continue, if you're still working on either your board currently, or you want to keep adding things to the collaborative board, the CRC professional development team will take a look at this collaborative board in January. So feel free to come back into it and continue to add things as you think of them. I can share as we prepare for 2024, and we hope to see you all again at more CRC related events. Our upcoming events that we have currently on the books, we will be hosting the second annual academic success workshop for all of our tutoring centers. So all of our peer and professional tutors will be coming together at William Peace University on February 16th. We will also be collaborating with NC State for a career fair in February, and more information will be coming up. And so we will have our annual library workshop in June, our annual staff professional development conference in July, and more mini series events will be coming throughout the spring semester. So thank you so much for all of your support and your work on the collaborative board. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that everyone has a smooth end to this crazy semester and that you enjoy your holidays. Thank you so much again to Kevin and Saida for their time and work on putting this together for all of us.